Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet.
My self-diagnostic looks green. Ready to get back to the action.
This is Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 7 a.m. This is Radio Freedom.
Hey,
I'd be happy.
here you go, Ada. One slightly dented but still functional radar beacon.
This will do nicely. And, with any luck, it'll help us trace the mechanist's signal.
Don't worry. I'm sure it'll do the trick.
I certainly hope so. I'm going to begin my decryption routine, but it could take a while. In the meantime, I've picked up another RoboBrain beacon signal. It should be the last one you'll need to collect.
Good work, Ada.
Thank you. If my calculations are correct, the signal is coming from... Oh, this isn't good. Location confirmed. The RoboBrain is at Fort Hagen Satellite Array, which means it's in the hands of the Rust Devils.
Who or what are the Rust Devils?
Allow me to explain. My old caravan encountered them once while crossing the river into the city. The Rust Devils are a group of ruthless raiders who utilize robots for their nefarious practices. They scour the Commonwealth looking for my kind. What they can't capture and reprogram, they strip for spare parts. I realize they pose a greater threat to me than you. I just want you to be well informed. That being said, despite what lies ahead, I can easily continue to decrypt the signal as we proceed. So shall we be on our way?
Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. It's 8 a.m. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
It's gone. My apologies. I think a nice try.
You got left in?
Hey.
Targets in range.
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here at Radio Freedom. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts. Radio Freedom broadcasting across the Commonwealth. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Picking up something.
Don't stand still!
That was amusingly simple. Careful, sir. I don't think we're alone. Target down.
Why do they always gotta fight back?
Hey.
What can I do for you? Let's take a look at what you've got. Any idea where they went?
How about me?
Now, if they're out there, we'll find them. Prepare to be annihilated. Your destruction is at hand. Time for you to perish. Time to end this.
Just getting warmed up over here.
Line damaged. Compensating.
Hey.
Yes.
No sign of him now.
Security operations.
People of the Commonwealth, it is I, the Mechanist. I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent and destroys my robot allies who only seeks to save lives.
Disappearing
This
ass.
scourge cares
Huh?
nothing for the
You don't look like one of the Rust Devils. What are you doing here?
What did the Rust Devils do to you?
They felt that by keeping my head online would prove useful to them. Fortunately for me, they're stupid enough to actually believe anything I say. Admittedly, it hasn't gotten me very far, but it has saved me from the same fate as my rather unfortunate comrades you see in pieces around you. Now, back to my original question. What are you doing here?
I come to warn you of a new scourge.
Hunting down a radar beacon.
A radar beacon. How very interesting. That's a very specific part to be searching for. And you don't look like the typical part scavenger type to me. I calculate a 98.8% chance that you're looking for the Mechanist. If I'm correct, and I usually am, then perhaps we can help each other with our respective predicaments.
I'm listening.
How refreshing. Then allow me to explain. Now, how can I put this as simple as possible so someone at your processing speed can understand? In order to find the Mechanist, you're going to need more than just my radar beacon. You're going to need access to the facility. I'm willing to provide said access, but you'll have to fulfill two simple conditions. One, you need to get me as far away as you can from these lunatics. And two, find me a new body. Once both conditions are satisfied, I'll gladly provide you with everything you need. Do we have a deal?
How do I know you'll keep up your end of the bargain?
Even though there's a human brain floating in a biogel inside my head, I'm still bound by my original programming. It pains me to admit it, but one of my directives states that I cannot lie. Ever. So, while I'm not the most charming robot you've ever encountered, the last thing I'm going to do is violate an agreement we've made. Now that we have that out of the way, do we have a deal?
I'm not sure.
Well then, it appears you have some thinking to do. When you make your decision, I'll be waiting. I'm certainly not going anywhere anytime soon. The offer still stands if you're interested. Get me out of this place, find me a new body, and I'll give you access to the Mechanist facility.
Deal.
A wise decision. Once we're at our destination, I'll happily relinquish my radar beacon as a gesture of good faith. Now, I strongly suggest you stop loitering in the middle of a hostile location and get us both out of here at once.
I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent and destroys my robot allies who only seeks to save lives. This scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find him and bring him to justice. People of the Commonwealth, it is I, the Mechanist.
Got it.
The reward will be worth all that effort.
People of the Commonwealth, it is I, the Mechanist. I come to warn you of a new scourge who stalks the innocent and destroys my robot allies who only seek to save lives. This scourge cares nothing for the progress we have made, but we will find it and erase it.
Watch the tripwires. I'd rather keep myself intact today, thank you.
This is bullshit. What the hell was that?
You really are taking the path of most resistance here, aren't you?
Grip on yourself. I'll find you.
We may have some trouble.
Engaging hostile.
What the fuck was that? Ain't scared yet. Oh. You'll run out of bullets at some point. Asshole, just give up.
We may have an enemy nearby. Did you hear that? We may have some trouble.
It's getting dark out there, people. Stay safe. Calm and quiet is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Hey,
Yes, sir? Looking to lighten your load?
on my limited experience with you, I estimate a 65% chance of making it out of here. Not optimal. An increase in effort could have an impact on the odds. This is the one that ripped my head off. I demand we rip her head off. It's only fair.
Shh. You hear that?
Weapons hot.
Did you hear that? Prepare to be annihilated.
Stand down. Stand down. No order.
You're dead. You hear me?
Make sure you don't leave anything useful behind.
Just die! Playing games with me, huh?
Safety's off.
Nothing!
Your destruction is at hand. Violence protocol engaged.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Time for you to perish.
Ain't my first gunfight, rookie.
Had I a body, I would have killed her myself. Oh well, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Good job, human.
It's 8 o'clock. You're listening to Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minuteman. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there.
Heads up.
Be happy to help if I can.
Look alive.
Yes, sir.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
refuse to cooperate until you provide a body that meets my standards.
I'd be happy to help if I can.
Here you go, Ada. The final radar beacon. I'll need that head back when you're done.
Of course. Shouldn't take but a moment. There you go. Still in one piece. I'm not sure why you want the head back. All we needed was its radar beacon. Besides, robo-brains are notorious for being, well, a real pain in the neck.
What else do you know about them, Ada?
Quite simply, it's the first time General Atomics produced a successful union between organic matter and robotics. The brain is used both as a control unit and a data storage unit, which is far more efficient than using standard circuits. Unfortunately, there were a lot of programming issues with these robots, which caused them to be a bit, shall we say, unhinged. Hopefully, this particular robo-brain will have some of the answers that we've been seeking.
A union of organic matter and robotics? Sounds an awful lot like a synth.
Not at all. The robo-brain was built with a very different design philosophy in mind. General Atomics' intent was to use the human brain to augment the robot's functions, primarily to accelerate the decision-making process. Free thought and individuality was never intended. These were expressly built like soldiers, to follow orders without question. The robo-brain's unfortunate tendency towards violence and aggression should be considered more of a malfunction than a calculated decision.
We still need it, Ada. I believe it can help us access the Mechanist's facility.
Of course. It makes perfect sense that the Mechanist would not only keep its location a closely guarded secret, but would secure it against intrusion as well. I'm terribly sorry. I hadn't considered that possibility at all. I'm afraid when it comes to assisting humans, I'm not doing very well lately.
Why would you say something like that?
Isn't it obvious? Ever since I let my friends die in that caravan, I feel like I've been failing in my duties. I chose the route we took the day we were attacked. Perhaps if I had selected an alternate route, they'd still be alive. Sometimes I wish that Jackson had programmed me with my personality mode set permanently to disabled.
Your personality mode? What do you mean?
Most robots have a personality mode select available to them for their creator to utilize. Turn it on, and we're designed to talk and act more like a human. Turn it off, and we're no better than a mindless automaton. Jackson said he didn't think of me as a servitor robot. He treated me more like a friend. So he permanently set my personality mode to on. He said I should never lose my identity. I suppose I'm starting to think he was wrong.
You shouldn't think that way. Your personality helps you think creatively.
I always considered my personality to be a burden, but I suppose I've been looking at it incorrectly. I really think I needed to hear that from someone else. Thank you. Now I've distracted you for long enough. I'll finish up my calculations while you deal with our new friend, Jezebel. Hopefully, she'll be able to grant us access to the Mechanist's facility and we can put an end to this nonsense once and for all.